Alright, I'm working on my 2005 Ford Focus hatchback, and I'm trying to replace the alternator. I've already jumped the gun here, but basically the antifreeze, whatever, it's right here. There's a little bolt. You can remove that, and then this power steering fluid is sitting right here, and you can just pull it right off. And then I did have to move this wiring system right here. It was sitting right here, and anyways, I took that off and just moved it out of the way. I got everything just sitting right here. It's all attached still. I did have to just take this wire out of this little bracket piece here. Anyways, yeah, all this is to the side now, and the reason why I did that is so I can get down there and remove the belt, or to loosen the belt. I think it's an easier angle doing it above the vehicle. But now I'm gonna go below the vehicle and show you what I got going on down there. All right, so there's the passenger wheel. And if you look up here, there's again, wheel. Right up here is the alternator. And then you have to remove this right here. This here will just come off. And then you can loosen this. This is a 10 millimeter. I believe this is 15 and this is 13. You have one bolt here, one here, and there's one above it. And I already got this one here loose. And you're gonna need a deep socket to do this one, so you can reach down there and get it. And one other thing to take note of is you're gonna have to move the engine forward, so you can loosen this up and take this out, and then you can put a pry bar inside of here. You could do it as a one-man job, but it's kind of an unsafe job, really. But you can pry it open. But this is all new to me, so we're going to try it out here in a little bit. You will have to move the engine just a little bit so you can get the alternator out. I watched a lot of videos on this, and this is the best way. So there is the this here's the 15 millimeter bolt you gotta get on top here. It's another good reason to take all that stuff out so you can get to it. You gotta take this piece here off as well, which was sitting right there. This is what it looked like before I took it off. It was sitting right here. There's a little tab on the left side you can press down, and the way I did, I had my right hand up here holding it, pulling on it, and I got my left finger to push down that tab, and then I went and I pushed on the right side as well, and finally got the thing off there. It was kind of a pain, but I got it. Here it is. This is the other electrical plug you got to pull out. The other one was really easy. You just remove the nut and then you can take it off, but this one here, you got to reach in there, try to move the tab, and it's nearly impossible. So I actually ended up taking that off once I got the alternator loose. Okay, so you have this heat shield right here, and it's in the way of getting this electrical cord here out. But anyways, there's a bolt. I already took it off. Right here it is, 13 millimeter. And it is sitting right there. It'll be sitting like right here on the left side of it. But anyways, I just loosened that, so I'm gonna see if it comes right off here now. It was loose, but I could not get it off there. I ended up taking that off once I got the alternator loose, and the same thing with the plug. I finally unplugged that once I got the alternator loose, and my brother came to help me out, and he was able to unplug it while he was up top, and I was on the bottom pushing it up towards him. Another great reason to remove the antifreeze and the power steering so you can access this point right here.
There it goes. Oh my God.
Alright, now that we got that bolt broken free up top, my brother's going to feed me the ratchet back down here, and then I can loosen it up from down here. There's really not a lot of room up there to get to it. Are you doing it or am I going to do it? There you go. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Alright, I'm going to turn this off. Alright, I was finally able to break it free. And now I can loosen it. This is the 15 millimeter, and I still got the 13 millimeter to do it. That's right here on the right of it. So I'm going to take these off, and we'll take a look at it. And it's just a nut that comes off here on the one on the left there. The nut will come off, and then the alternator will actually slide off of the bolt that's on the bottom and the top there, which is kind of nice because it makes it easier to line it back up when you put it back on. That's how I'm taking this thing off. It's 13 millimeter. I'm gonna have to take this camera off so I can do this. Can't do it with one hand. So this is the engine mount that's holding the engine there, and once I remove that, you can easily slide the engine forward about an inch, and that'll be enough to drop the alternator. I was very paranoid about doing this, and I even got a jack to sit underneath the engine there just in case it did come down at me. It's a pretty scary situation, but really the engine stayed right where it was at the whole time, and it only moved whenever I used the pry bar and kind of just moved it forward, and it took a while, but I eventually got it. You can see I got a jack stand underneath the engine there too, just for safety precaution here. There it is, just dropped finally. Holy cow, that was some work. Unfortunately, I didn't get any video of me using the pry bar, but you can see the bar sitting right there, and I had it between the axle and the engine, and then I kind of just pushed it towards the front of the car, and that would move the engine forward. There's another video that I watch. I will leave the link in the description and also put in the comment section, but he does basically the same thing that I'm doing here. Really, I'm going off what he did, but I'll also remove the antifreeze and the power steering, which he did not do, which I think it makes it a lot easier to get access to the top, to get that 15 millimeter nut off, and then also to get the belt loose. And that's another thing. I didn't really get any video of me getting the belt loose, so I'm going to leave another link in the description in the comment section, and it was a 1A auto video, but I'll put the exact time mark of what I watched on there so you can get an idea. But really what that guy did on the top is what I did on the top of mine, and then I took the other guy's video and I did that to the bottom. But I think this is the best route of going to do this yourself. You could do this by yourself, but it is nice to have a second person, especially whenever I was trying to get the electrical cord to unplug, and just to have someone else to help move that alternator around while you're trying to move the engine and try to get it to fall down there, because it's really just, it's a pain in the butt, that's for sure. Also, once you get that belt loose, do not take the whole belt off, just have it loose where you're taking off the alternator. I've seen some other videos where people take the whole entire belt off, but that just seems like a disaster trying to get that whole entire belt right back on there. You don't want to go that route. Alright, so I already got the alternator back up there. I'm just going to walk you through what I did here. But I had to pry the engine back forward again, and I pushed it up there. It took a while to get it wedged up in there, but I finally wedged it all the way up there. I was actually able to even get my right hand on I was going in between here, I think. I was able to reach my hand through there to kind of help move it. But anyways, once I got it up there, it slides right onto the little bolt here, and my brother slid it onto the top one. And before I started to tighten it down, I haven't tightened it down yet actually, I put the heat shield back on. Then you got the nut that's right there that I put back on, or the bolt. And now I got the electrical plugged back in. I got that one there screwed down. So now I'm gonna add. Now I'm gonna do the belt before I tighten it down, so it's still kind of loose. It might make it easier getting the belt on, and then I'm gonna tighten everything back down. It is running again. Plenty of power, yep, working good. Alright, well, hopefully this video helps you out. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a great day, and if you're working on this, you're gonna get through it. Good luck.